Hey everybody, my name's Key. Joined the Navy. Officially signed my contract on the 9th of this month, actually. And figured I'd tell everybody about the process. I know I was scared. I had no one to tell me. My mom kept telling me about back when she joined, which was about a good 30 years ago. So I'm pretty sure everything she told me was outdated. That was correct. So I'm gonna talk about the recruiter, MEPS, and then being in the delayed entry program. Well, first off, I'm 17, so I honestly can't leave until 60 days in between my 18th birthday. So I don't ship till December 2nd. But let's start. When I went to talk to the recruiter, I went by myself. I didn't make an appointment or nothing. I just showed up one day and he happened to be there, and so I talked to him. I originally was not going to talk to him. I talked to the Air Force and I went and talked to everybody except the Army because I refused to the Army. Um, it was simple. Went in there, talked to him. He asked me my goals in life, and I want to be a real estate person. I want to flip houses, all fun stuff in life. And he was like, "Well, how are you going to get that if you don't go?" I told him, "Well, I just graduated college. Well, I just graduated at the time. I was in the process of graduating. I was still in high school, and I was working two jobs. Yeah, I did all at 17. Um, he was like, "Well, are you going to do that the rest of your life?" And I was like, "If I don't go into the military, I'm going to have to. I have to live." And he was like, "Okay, so what if you do go into the military?" I was like, "I'm going to use the military to pay for college so I don't have to work two jobs and so I can live and you guys pay me and it'll help." He was like, "All right." So he was like, "You got everything thought out." So we started filling out paperwork. He made me take the practice ASVAB, and it's not really a practice. You go in and they give you an approximate score, and then you can score 20 higher or 20 lower. I think on that I got like 80 something, 83 or something. He was like, "Oh, with this, you should be able to get almost any job you want as long as it's open." I was like, "Cool." And so we started filling out paperwork. He was like, "Come back in before the end of the week with your birth certificate, your social," and I think that was it. Came back like the next day, gave him all that paperwork, and I got an account set up through this program, and it was another military program, and you have to go in and enter all your information. It probably won't be that long for most people, especially if you've lived in the same house or worked the same job or haven't worked a job yet or don't have that big of a family. Me, I've moved almost every year. I have 23 siblings and I had two jobs and I've only kept one of them constantly. The other one I would just pick up random jobs. So yeah, it took me about 2 days. Um, Then I came back and he was like, "All right, well, this is everything we need just about. Let's schedule you to go take an ASVAB in your physical." So when we first planned it, I was going to take the ASVAB. He was going to drop me off. I was going to take the ASVAB, take a shuttle to a hotel, and then go back and take the physical the next morning. Well, I guess it was too late or that one was already full or something, so we had to reschedule. And it ended up me not being able to do that due to being in college and having finals. So I took the ASVAB, went down there. I think I was done in like 30 minutes. Like my recruiter had went to go make a run by the time I was calling him saying, "I'm done, come get me." And he was like, "Well, hold on, because I'm nowhere near you right now. I expected another hour before you're done." So I scored like a 63 on the actual ASVAB, which isn't that bad. And then I went home that night because I couldn't stay. And then I went back about 2 weeks later to take the physical. Well, during the physical, they asked me about court. I told them I had a dismissed assault charge. I had to go get a Psych Eval. Psych Eval is not bad if you know how to talk to people. I promise you'll pass it. Ask you a couple questions about your life. The lady actually Googled me, and a whole bunch of good things popped up, so I passed it. But it takes about 2 to 3 weeks before the results actually come back, even though it's really only supposed to take one. It took me 2 to 3. So after that, I went. It actually takes 2 to 3 weeks for the psych eval, like go to the physical. You find out you need it. It takes 2 to 3 weeks for you actually go, and then you gotta wait another 2 to 3 weeks. It's a whole bunch of waiting. So then he called me and was like, okay, everything's in, and you can go choose your job. So unlike the army where you guys choose your job before you do physicals and everything, we can't choose our job. We choose our job at the MEP station. So I'm at MEPS and I'm waiting to choose my job, and I think I got there at 5 that morning and didn't choose my job till like 3. And the only thing I did in between that was a piss test. And yeah, so I just sat there the whole day waiting. Being at MEPS is a lot of waiting, and it's cold, and they have the TV on, like FX, so it's playing a whole bunch of movies that are cut in half, and all the good scenes are gone. And yeah, boring. So excuse the glare. My dad decided he wanted a 60-something inch TV. Um, so I finally chose my job. I'm an aviation structural mechanic, so I do hydraulics and paint and the wings and stuff on the plane. And then now I'm in debt. In the debt program, delayed entry program. And simply put, it's not that bad. You go to PT like once a week for my recruiter, and PT is not that bad. They make me run the block, which is actually a huge block because it's right next to a mall. So, all the little shopping centers that are usually next to malls are there. So we run that, and then we come in, we do some sit ups, some push ups, and that's about it. And then when you go to a DEP meeting, which is also about once a week, you just talk. You learn the start book, which you should have got when you sign your contract. You should get a start book, and it's like the alphabet, the chain of command, different things that you need to know. We practice saluting and all that. Like we have to salute and ask to come aboard, request permission to come aboard before we even walk into the building. So it's just basically getting you ready. Um, advice I was given was be able to pass the final test before you actually go into boot camp. And so I've practiced. But yeah, that's it. Any questions, leave them below. Inbox me. I don't have Instagram, and that's it.